Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is Conn's Vlogs, you guys. We are back. My name is Connor, this is Conn's Vlogs, and this is my channel that is based around cars, you guys. Coming, the Chevy SS here, the tires, the Potenza Bridgestone RE71Rs are almost done, and look at this, what we've got here. Yeah, those are some Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires. 275. So these are gonna be going on the rear of the SS. You know what that means is that these tires are gonna have to go here pretty soon. And I've been talking with my dad a little bit, and I think we're gonna send them out in style, if you know what I mean. So stay tuned for that, you guys. Today's video, we're gonna be washing my Camaro, because let me just show you how like disgusting this thing is. Look at this paint. Like, you see all those spots. I haven't washed it in about a week. It won't even focus. It's keep focusing on like the SS. I haven't washed this thing in about a week though. I gave it a nice coat of wax last time I washed it. Actually, it's been about 2 weeks. Now that I think about it, it's been about 2 weeks since we washed it. So we're gonna give that a good bath today, and we're gonna be going over how I clean my cars. Well, Coulter pulled up in his Camaro. Just did a paint correction and ceramic coat on this thing. It's a little bit ridiculous. I don't even know if the camera is gonna like pick it up. It's a mirror. I mean, literally, look at that. Look at my hand. It's stupid. It's got all the carbon, looking nice and glossy. Just stupid clean. It took like a whole week to do this on his car. Like, look, it's a mirror, you can see me. That was barely at a 50. Nice little pull. It just sounds fast. It's still a fifth jet. It's a fifth jet. We're gonna get her cleaned up. Nice.
It'll look good. You won't even know.
Time to get the chemical guys out. We're gonna be using the Blacklight soap if I have enough left. We're gonna be using that, and we're gonna be using the Premier Detailing Wheel Cleaner because it slaps.
Dude, it's really good.
This stuff slaps.
And it turns purple, it's satisfying.
And we're gonna try using their tire shine as well. So we're gonna try that out. We're gonna use the Blacklight soap, Chemical Guys wash, and then I waxed it last time, so we're not gonna be clay barring or waxing it this time. It's just gonna be a wash and then a dry, so we'll get everything out.
But leave a comment down below if you want to learn how to clay bar.
It's great. It's fantastic. Also, peep the new update to the Camaro, most recent mod, if you want to call it that. It's a flow tie.
Yeah, I'd say it's a mod. It's okay.
It's cool.
It's really sick.
It improves performance. Better cooling.
Basically, he's saying if you have a Mustang, he'll beat you.
I'll beat a Mustang.
You heard it here first.
It's not a third gen. Don't race me if you have a third gen, but if you got a second gen Mustang that's naturally aspirated, I wouldn't bother pulling up at all.
That's bold.
I mean, come on. Separate. A lot of times I won't do it, but like, look at all the brake dust that's coming off the wheels. It's disgusting. So I like to do this, clean off the wheels and the tires with the wheel cleaner, because this one specifically is an iron remover, but it's still safe for your painted wheels, obviously, or else I would not be using them on these. These wheels are pretty expensive, so you're good to use this if you need to. You can pretty much use any wheel cleaner though, but don't get too fancy with it or else you'll just take off your paint. But yeah, so this is just gonna clean up. Mostly I do it just to clean up the brake dust. Just keep the wheel nice and clean, make it shiny. You guys know what it's about. Rub it around a little bit. That smells so bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. I mean,
I wish I could convey to the camera the smell that creates.
I'm glad that you can't. Nobody would watch.
Nobody would watch this video. And then you're just gonna let that sit for a little bit.
Yeah, we'll come back to that one. I'll show you how the color changes.
Well, we're gonna rinse this one, and you can see how the color there, it's dripping off the wheel.
Oh yeah, all down the driveway.
But so this one's been sitting for like a few seconds, so we're just gonna give this a solid rinse. The one thing about most wheel cleaners that you want to make sure you rinse it all off. You don't want to leave any behind because it'll create spots on your wheels. And we don't like that.
This one technically is an acid, so it could harm the paint of the wheel if you leave it on for too long.
Yeah, so that's why you just want to make sure you give it a solid rinse. That's another reason why I like to do the wheels before I do the rest of the car, because then I'll go over it with the pH balance, the neutral soap, and that will help take any that's left over off to make sure that we don't harm the paint of the wheel. Yeah, so that's the process. Spray it, rinse it off with water, spray it on the wheel brush, spray it on the wheel. I usually wipe it down. You don't have to. You can just let it sit there for a little bit and then rinse it off again really well. So we're gonna go repeat that on the other side now, and then we'll get to washing the car.
Show you guys what they look like before, and then before you know it, they'll be done. So this is them filthy, as you can see.
Chemical Guys black light. Use it on your dark color cars. So where there's already some maxi suds, we're not gonna use a ton of black light. Just a little bit so we can save some to put in here, because we're going to be washing it with the mitt too. We're going to get as much of that on there as we can before this runs out. All right, pretty much done her in. It smells like grape.
It smells good.
It smells really good. Side that the sun's not directly on. But one thing you really want to make sure you do is that after you do a really dirty spot on here, like behind the fenders or whatever, that you rinse off the mitt. I usually dump once, rinse it, and soak it again, and you're good to go. Now we've got it refoamed again. We let it soak for a little bit, and then we rinsed it again with the same pressure that we used to rinse it off in the first place. So that's just gonna make sure it's clean. Now we're gonna dry it. Now we pulled it into the garage to dry it because you don't want direct sunlight on it while you're drying it, or else it will create water spots like crazy. So we're gonna be using the Chemical Guys Woolly Mammoth towel here. You wanna make sure you've got a clean towel. It's not gonna scratch up the paint. And that's what we're using right now, and then we're going to go over it with this other Chemical Guys towel. I don't know exactly which one this is, but it is Chemical Guys, just to touch it up a little bit, make sure there is no water spots left over. So yes, we'll dry it and then we'll catch up after that. So as you can see, it's a lot cleaner now. You can see reflections in the paint again. That's just with a dry and a wash really quick. Now we're going to shine up the tires, and then she'll be good to go for the car meet tonight. We've also got Coulter here polishing up the tips on the Mero. Going all in. Trying to make it look way nice. The paint looks good though. But yes, polishing tips is another small detail that adds a lot to the car. It makes a big difference. Yeah, look at, so this is normal. This is polished. Big difference there. So there she is. That's a wash, dry, with a little bit of tire shine.
Cream stuffing.
Cream stuffing, because I've got wax everywhere. But it looks really good, I gotta say. Tips look very nice. It doesn't look as good as his, but it looks really good. Guys, again, comment down below if you want to learn how to clay bar. That's the next step, clay bar and wax. This will just get your car looking good, kind of a maintenance wash type deal. But we're gonna go into more detail on this. But we're gonna head out to the meet, guys. Go ahead, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe down below.